All right, what's up, bud? What's up, guys? We're live. We're live. We're live. We're live. We're back. Live commentary. Jason Quigley against Edgar Berlanga, and we got Carlos Adamas against Julian J. Rock Williams. Shout out to everyone. I'm a little late. I had to eat dinner real quick. I didn't want to get on here and get hungry and then have to eat in between the damn video. All right, but what's up, everybody on YouTube, man? Hope everyone is having a great week so far. And having a great weekend. All right, not a huge weekend in boxing, but some pretty good fights. Good fights. Let me having some mic issues real quick. Give me a moment. All right. Do you guys hear me, man? You guys hear me? Let me know in the comments, man, if you hear me good. I think you guys should be able to hear me. Yeah, so let's talk about this card. Showtime definitely got the better card in my opinion. But not any super huge fights, but I do like a few of the fights that's on there. I do like the Louis Arias fight against Eric Samubin. They had a few fights on Showtime earlier that was like on the YouTube channel. I think it's still on actually. But you got a couple of decent fights on the Showtime card. Now the Showtime card don't start until 9 p.m. All right, the main card. But there's not much really going on with the zone card. The zone, the Quigley Berlanga card is actually on right now. So if you have the zone, you can check it out on there. And not a crazy big fight. Obviously, it's Berlanga's first fight back since he was suspended in his last fight. I believe it was like for a bite or something like. I don't even know what that was all about, but he is now with Matchroom. He is with Eddie Hearn. He's fighting on DAZN, and he's fighting in New York City tonight. And he's fighting against Jason Quigley. Now, Quigley, I've only seen 3 fights with him. I've seen 2 of them. He lost. He was stopped in, and I saw his win against Shane Mosley Jr. a few years back. Solid, decent boxer. But I don't feel like he is going to be Edgar Berlanga. You know what I mean? I don't rate Edgar that high, but I don't think he's going to lose this fight. All right. Edgar is a gamble of a fighter to me. Oh God, my phone just came alive again. Hold on. Edgar is not. Edgar is a fighter to me that it's a gamble because he definitely has some sort of popularity, but he's not really that good. All right, on a level of like a boxer. I think his run of the 16 or 17 knockouts he had, they weren't against any real good competition. And then as soon as he stepped up, things got a little tricky in there. You know what I mean? But I think he's a gamble because it's like, how I always say, like, fighters don't, once they lose a fight, once they lose that, they become nothing. Like a lot of people turn their backs on, a lot of fans turn their backs on them. People just write them off. I feel like Edgar Berlanga could be one of those fighters because I think the popularity was quicker than what he can actually do. You know what I mean? And getting those first round knockouts, those 16, 17 consecutive first round knockouts, it drew a lot of eyes on him, right? I mean, from all celebrities, even outside of the boxing world. But once he had those couple of fights where, they went the distance and he actually had the box, a lot of people didn't really respect his game like that. So he's definitely a gamble. And he's one of those fighters that if he is to lose, a lot of people are going to write him off completely. You know what I mean? I think they were trying to use his name to get him in there with a big fight. Canelo's name has come up a few times, but he's probably one of those guys that as soon as he loses, and if he loses bad, I mean, just look at the sparring footage that started to come out, when he got knocked out in sparring or when he got knocked out as an amateur. And then when he got knocked out or he got dropped by the smaller Erickson Lubin. Once that came out, everybody was against him. Everybody was like, he's trash. That kind of hurt his stock a little bit. And I'm not a fan of when they leak sparring footage to kind of expose a fighter. But it happened and it just didn't help his stock. You know what I mean? But listen, shout out to everyone that's here. I see you, Charles Edward Cheese, first one in the building. What's good, Ralph? What's good, Focus, man? What's good with you, Chance? What's up, Kev? What's going on with you, bro? I'm definitely gonna do a video on Martin and Anderson. I'm definitely gonna do a segment in my wave report and talk about that a little bit tomorrow. So I already have that. That's gonna be posted tomorrow. What's up, Josh? What's good with you, man? Everything is good. Pito, what's happening with you? El Chivo, what's happening? And Jay High, what's up? All right, yeah, but I'm definitely going to talk. I'm going to talk more about, I'm going to get to the Martin and Anderson. I just want to get to through some of this, the stuff about the fights that's going down tonight because I didn't do any breakdowns. I didn't do any predictions. Mainly not because they're not big fights, but they kind of required some film study, and I really didn't feel like doing film study on Jason Quigley for this week. You know what I mean? Because the thing about this fight between Berlanga and Quigley, I think Berlanga is going to win, but if he doesn't, I'm not going to be surprised. Like if Quigley doesn't get knocked out, I think there's a good chance he might win the fight. But I believe Berlanga is going to knock him out. But I didn't want to like do all this film study for a fight where it's just like, all right, I really don't know how good neither one of them is because Quigley, every time he stepped up, he got stopped pretty much. And Berlanga, he hasn't even fully stepped up yet. I just think he's a money grab right now. And because of his buzz, it might earn him a bigger fight. I mean, they almost got him in there with Canelo. I mean, it was kind of an option. All right. I'm definitely got to do a video, update video on Canelo Alvarez. There's so much I want to say about that, man. And I was supposed to do it today. I was supposed to do it this morning, but I had a long night last night. And I just needed some rest today, man. It's been a crazy week, busy week for me. And I wanted to finally get on here, because the thing is, I don't mind waiting for the Canelo talk. I actually prefer to wait until the dust settles when it comes to Canelo. I can't keep up with the news on who Canelo is fighting. I'm not going to do content every single day. You know why? Because I feel like, look at what's happening now. I think people go to you got the Michael Bensons of the world, right? He has his Twitter account. He's always updating us with boxing news. And, you got these journalists out that give us what they're hearing. You know what I mean? And I think people take this information and they draw up a complete, like, a narrative about the fighter, which is Canelo. And people don't realize that whatever's being posted by these journalists is just, it's not even official yet. You know what I mean? It's not official. So people run with this information, create narratives, or you know, they they make a lot of content. It's good for content, right? But then when the final news come out, or like official news come out, it kind of makes you look bad because we're already calling him a duck, and he might actually go in that direction and fight Benavides or Charlo or Andrea or whoever is over there in the PBC. You know what I mean? So I actually like to wait for Canelo related news as far as who he's going to fight next. Because just because Michael Benson says it, and I know Michael Benson and Coppinger and all these guys are good for their information. Yes, they deliver the information first sometimes. um there's a bad part of that, there's a negative part of that, and sometimes they deliver information that's too early, and then we make content off it, and then the information ends up being false, you know. So I kind of like to wait. And when it comes to Canelo, oh, whoa, Robles just got knocked on his ass. I'm watching the zone, by the way. If you guys are tuning, I'm watching not Showtime. I got the zone on the TV right now because Showtime doesn't start until 9. He caught a big left hand from the southpaw. All right, so the Berlanga fight, Berlanga, I believe the Berlanga ring walkout was in 2 hours, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I think that's the time that they're going for. I mean, the card is actually on right now. We got 3 fights before that fight though. Adam Kanowski is going to be returning tonight, you know, and I just don't know what he got left, you know. I guess they dropped him from PBC. You know, he had those 2 losses against Robert Helenius where he was stopped, and then he went on to fight Demarenzen and lost a decision, but he was hurt several times in that fight. So I guess they dropped him. So he's on the undercard. He's on the co-main event, and he's going to be fighting Joe Cusimano, who I know I've seen him fight before, but I can't remember. Okay, I've seen him fight Daniel Dubois. He fought Daniel Dubois. I saw that fight, and he just got sparked out in 1 round. I don't really know much about this guy. I don't know if he's good. I mean, it looks like a tune-up. I mean, but the guy has 21 wins with 19 knockouts. All right, he has 4 losses, and he's only been stopped once in his 4 losses. So that tells me that he can punch, but most likely he can probably be outboxed. Well, when it comes to Konoski, he's a knockout artist. You know what I'm saying? He's a pressure fighter. He's a volume puncher. He's not a boxer. So this is going to be one of those fights where I think both of these guys are just going to clash and someone's going to get knocked out. Risky fight for Konoski, but if he wants to stay in the game, I think he picked up Javon Sugar Hill for this fight. I don't know if that's going to have any real effect. You know, I know before weight was a big thing. You know, sometimes I know he was cutting down in weight at one point and he had started losing. I don't know if Javon Sugar Hill can tune up much in this short amount of time. I mean, he's been out the ring for almost a year now. No, let me see. Hold on. Let me pull up his record. Yeah, he's been out the ring for almost a year. I was right. I don't really know, what he got left. It's crazy because just a few years back, he was a potential opponent for both Deontay Wilder and Andy Ruiz. And that fight with Robert Helenius really messed up his career. Because even if and I saw him losing both fights. I think the Andy Ruiz would have been a great, action fight. You know what I'm saying, between two hitters. I thought he would have lost that one too. Wilder was definitely knocking him out. Like it was no way he was winning against Deontay Wilder, but it messed up the bag for him because that Robert Helenius fight. Once you a hitter like that and you're a guy that has no defense and you use your head for defense, it's like, yo, how long can you really go? You can't go forever before you catch a good shot. And it seems like as soon as Robert Helenius caught him with a good shot, it don't seem like his chin can really hold up no more. Ever since Robert hurt him, he hasn't really been the same. You know what I mean? And I think he lost his confidence. I remember seeing the second Helenius fight, and I saw the frustrations in there because he started hitting Helenius with all those low blows, So, and that's a lack of confidence there, just frustrated, and you lose and you're not having your way. You used to having your way every single fight, and now you fought a dude that stood up to you, had the power to battle back, and it's kind of like he was a bully. You know what I'm saying? When he's fighting Gerald Washington and Charles Martin, all these dudes, he was kind of just beating them all up. As soon as Robert Helenius touched his chin, he actually hasn't really been the same anymore, and his chin hasn't been able to hold up. So this fight tonight, I'm not really familiar with his opponent. I don't really know how he fights, but I just know that I'm expecting a knockout, probably just based off Kanofsky's style and getting out there with a coach that specializes in fighters knocking their opponents out. You know what I mean? I'm expecting a knockout either from him or him to get knocked out himself. You know what I mean? All right, so what else we got going on? All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Showtime card. I know on the Louis Arias is fighting Erickson Lubin. I think Erickson Lubin, is this his first? I think he had one fight since this. No. All right, so Lubin hasn't been in the ring since he lost to Fundora. All right, so this is his first fight since that loss. And this is his first fight at 160 in a while, since he's campaigned at 150. I mean, he's been at 154. I mean, he even started as a welterweight. All right, so this is his first real challenge at 160 against Louis Arias, who's been in there with a lot of fighters. He was able to he beat Jared Hurd. He beat Jared Hurd. He's been in there with Danny Jacobs. He's been in there with some Gabe Rosado. He's been in there with he's a good journeyman. He's a very solid journeyman. All right. Like a top journeyman. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say a top contender, but he's a top journeyman. Thing is, not much power, not a KO artist, but a guy that's there to fight. He's not going to lay down for anyone. You know what I'm saying? I like his energy. He's always talking hella trash to whoever he's facing. And, I mean, he's solid for a guy that is coming off of a loss and that's moving up to the division. Erickson Lubin, good fighter, very good fighter, very skilled fighter. Always been a bit chinny. Maybe that has to do with him being down at 154. Maybe he'll be a little bit better at 160. I brought him up earlier. I mean, there's video of him dropping Edgar Berlanga, who fights at 168. You know what I mean? So Lubin, always been a good fighter, has good, well-balanced fighter, good power, good technique. He's a southpaw. I think I like his inside game. It didn't really hold up well against Sebastian Fundora, because that was the fight that we found out that Fundora is a good fighter on the inside. He actually rather be on the inside, even though he's tall and long. But Erickson Lubin is a very balanced fighter. It's just that he's a bit chinny. He's been stopped twice against some of the super elite at 154. You know, you can't blame him too much for getting stopped by Jamel Charlo and Sebastian Fedora. But even outside of those fights, he's been, he's been caught and hurt by some of the other opponents he's faced. I remember watching some of these other fights. I can't remember which one. You got Ishe Smith in there, Terrell Gaucher, Nate Gallimore. There's some of these fights where he caught a good shot and got buzzed. You know what I mean? So, good fight. I'm expecting, Lubin to win. He's not fighting the hugest puncher. And I think Luis Arias is good. But even though, Erickson Lubin has had his fair share of stoppages, I think Lubin should do enough to win, and I think Lubin is going to win a decision. I don't know if he's going to get the stoppage. Like I said, Luis Arias is tough. He's never been knocked out. I think Lubin is going to win, but I'm expecting more of a decision win, more so than a knockout. The knockout could happen, but I don't think we're going to get it. Arias has fought bigger punchers at the weight, bigger guys at the weight, that he was able to hold his own. You know what I'm saying? But how old is Luis Arias anyway? Let me see, because it's not on his box, right? And I think that might be a key thing. How old is he? He's 33 years old. Right? He's 33 years old, and he's been fighting. And please, if you guys haven't had, let's get some likes, man. Let's get up to 30 likes. It's not going to be a lot of people in here tonight, but let's get these likes up. Please smash the like button if you haven't already. Do me that favor. All right. And hit that like button. It's not going to be a lot of us tonight, because this is not a big card. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of these cards are huge. Just here, just because it's boxing. You know what I mean? I got Berlanga winning against Quigley. I think he's gonna pull it off. But if he is to take the L, I wouldn't be surprised. But I have Berlanga winning. I just don't know how he's going to win. I don't know how he's going to win. I think Quigley has been stopped twice. I think Berlanga, I know we want him to box, but he doesn't box that good. He doesn't have a great jab. He doesn't set up shots well. He doesn't really feint much. He's really not that fundamentally sound. You know what I mean? And maybe he just needs to be aggressive. He's going to be fighting a guy that he's been stopped twice before. So maybe he needs to be aggressive, but we seen him down. I seen Berlanga down. I've seen him buzz. So maybe he doesn't have the greatest chin. I really don't know, but all I know is that the amount of it's a lot of what's it called? Spam comments are going wild in here. A lot of spam tonight, more than usual. Yeah, Jo. Yeah, Boo Boo did break his jaw. Boo Boo and Terriano Johnson mauled him and stopped him. Quigley. His big win was the Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. win. You know what I mean? Depending on how you want to rate that win, Mosley Jr. is not really. He's not like his father. He's a good, solid boxer. He's not really that aggressive. I think Berlanga, if he's coming into this fight with bad intentions and he wants to stop this guy, and I believe Robles is getting caught. This guy is pushing him back and hitting him with some big, short left hands continuously on the zone. We're on the zone right now still. All right, so what's the other match? Oh, whoa, we got to slip. So the main event, Julian J. Rock Williams is going to be fighting Carlos Adames. Carlos Adames is the interim WBC champ. You know, we've been waiting for him to get his real opportunity at the real title against Jamal Charlo. We know Jamal has been out for some time now. It's been for 2 years. You know, everyone's talking about him fighting Canelo. You know what I mean? Well, if that fight is going to happen, Adames is going to get his title shot, or he's going to get the title if Jamal is to move up. You know what I mean? And fight Canelo Alvarez or whoever. You know, Jamal is not going to just be hanging around. This guy, Rivera, hold on. Rivera is, he's just hit him with so many left hands consecutively. I don't know how this guy is still standing. This guy defense is suspect, man. I'm surprised he's still standing. We're in the 7th round. This is an 8-rounder. Robles is getting dominated, but I just can't believe that he's still standing. I can't believe that he doesn't even really have a bad cut or anything. I mean, he's been getting hit all fight long. He's been dropped, and his face actually still looks fine. But, I mean, the force behind the punches, the way that it looks like Rivera is tuning him up and hitting him with some big shots, just the way that his head is just popping back. So Adames against Williams. I have Adames winning. I don't know how. The thing is, J-Rock, you know, they both were at 154 at one point. I rated J-Rock very, very highly. You know, I rated him highly, and I don't want to completely just write him off because he's had some losses. He lost to what's this guy? Banana? Who did he lose to? What's the guy name he lost to? All right. He lost to Hernandez. Oh, yeah, Vladimir Hernandez. He lost to him. And that was a bad loss, and it was a beatdown. It was hard. It was hard to watch that loss, you know, because he had just got off the knockout loss against Jason Rosario. Rosario just went through him, you know, but then J-Rock went on to fight Hernandez, and Hernandez just kept hurting him every time he landed clean, you know, and at that time, I never heard of Vladimir Hernandez. It was supposed to be a tune-up. And J-Rock lost. I mean, it says split decision here, but I could tell you that, you know, I think Hernandez won that fight by at least 2 to 3 rounds. You know what I mean? You know, now I saw J-Rock's tune-up fight. His most recent fight, it was on the undercard of, oh, excuse me, hold on. All right. It was on a tune-up. It was a tune-up fight on the undercard of David Morrell fight against your boss Newly. And I saw it. I thought, like, okay, J-Rock looked good. He's at 160 now. He looks sharp, but he was fighting a tune-up. It was a tune-up fight. You know, it was a journeyman. He's fighting a guy that's 18-11. You know, so I really don't know where to rate J-Rock right now. But what I do know is that when he was going into the fight against Jared Hurd, no one thought he was going to win that fight. Let's be honest. When he fought Jared Hurd, no one thought he was going to win that fight. You know, J-Rock had already lost to Charlo before that. You know, and he never had the greatest chin. But I always rated him high because of his skill set, you know. I think if he comes in hungry like the way he did, you know, against Hurd, I think he could do some damage, you know. But Carlos Adames is hungry right now, man. And Carlos Adames feels like he's not getting the respect that he deserves. He should be champion. And he's looked better since fighting at 160. You know what I mean? Um, I think that Adames is gonna win. You know, he's been looking very, I saw what he did against Montiel, the fighter that Jamal could not stop. Um, he destroyed him, you know. He did great against Deverenchenko. Um, Adames has looked better against better opposition recently, like very recently. You know, when I compare their last 3-4 fights, uh, Adames has just looked better. You know what I mean? I know he's had his loss. He fought Patrick Chisera and lost. He lost that fight. Was he stopped in that fight? I think he was. It's a while ago. It was like for a WBO title back at 154. No, he wasn't stopped. He wasn't stopped. But he did get dropped. Okay, he did get dropped. Okay. All right, yeah. I remember watching that fight years ago. It was back in 2019, but it feels like it's a long time ago. Which was a big upset because Adames was a huge prospect at that time, you know. But it should be a pretty good fight. You know, I just hope that Julian J. Rock Williams, I kind of want him to win. I kind of want him to win, man. I'm a big J. Rock fan. You know, I think he is part of the, I like to call it the golden age of 154, because at 154, you know, maybe roughly around the time I started this channel, that was my favorite division. It's still one of my favorite divisions right now. But at that time, man, you just had so much talent and so much undefeated talent too. You know, having Canelo there, Lara, Trout, and you had the young guys like Andrade, J Rock, the Charlo twins. You had some of the older guys like James Kirkland was still around. That was like the top 10 or 15 guys. You had Vanis Monterosian. That top 15, 10, 15 guys, great division. Not everybody was fighting each other, but we got a lot of the fights that we wanted at that time. You know what I mean? Some of the fights we didn't get, like Andre, we didn't get some Andre fights. Trout fought everybody, Lara fought everybody, almost everybody. Canelo had a good run, fought some people. You had Miguel Cotto that was still lingering around. I mean, he fought Canelo. He didn't fight none of those young killers, but still, it was a good time at 154. A lot of good fights at that time. What's up, Aquaya? How you been? What's up, Khan Enigma? What's good with you? Eric says, J-Rock talk big noise at the press conference and weigh in. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't watch it. I just saw, you know how you scroll down, you see the little clip they show, and you see them barking at each other. I didn't watch it though, but I'm rooting for J-Rock because I've been a fan of him for a long time. I like him, and I like him outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's a real positive dude. I don't know if he's gonna pull off this win though. I think I think Adames is gonna win the fight, man. But if J Rock is in his best, you know what I mean? I think he has a chance of winning. All right, so that's my thoughts on the fight or all the fights tonight. If you're just tuning in, please smash the like button right now. Also, if you are tuning in, the Quigley Berlanga fight is on DAZN. It's on right now. The card started at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we're almost an hour in since this fight and started. And this fight is the first of 4 fights on this card. We still got 2 more fights before we get the Edgar Berlanga fight. And then on Showtime, the Showtime card starts in 10 minutes. Okay. And that will be J Rock against Carlos Adames. All right, and that would be the final fight on that card. I don't know how many fights was on that card, but that will be a little later. Matter of fact, let me look it up and see what time are they expecting to do the ring walks. Calls on Julian Williams. Hopefully, they give us a ring walkout time. I don't see anything on here. Yeah, I don't see any ring walkout times. So they're saying that around they're saying around 11 p.m. All right, which is they'll probably be 11:30 for them. You know, because if the card is starting at 9, I don't know how many fights they're showing on regular showtime, but they're saying about 11 p.m. So hopefully maybe around 11:30. Hopefully it's not like after midnight, you know. Yeah, yeah, super. I agree with you. The way he dismantled Montiel was impressive. Yeah, definitely. You know, much better than the way Charlo did. What's up, Young Hollywood? What's good, my guy? All right, so let's talk a little bit about some of the other news that's coming up. Somebody asked me earlier. Oh, my boy Kev, he asked me earlier about Charles Martin going to be facing off against Jared Anderson. And I think Jared Anderson is going to destroy him. You know, I think Charles Martin is going to be a replacement. I forgot the original opponent's name. But I believe he was another undefeated fighter on the come up. I was going to do some film study on film at some point, but Charles Martin has taken his place, and I'm not expecting Charles to give Jared Anderson any trouble. You know, I think Jared Anderson has shown me that he can beat guys on this level. Um, you know, he beaten Devin Vargas in his last fight. I'm sorry, no, wait. I'm talking about Charles Martin, right? So Charles lost to Luis Ortiz. He got stopped in 6th round, but he was doing well against Ortiz. He was able to drop him twice. All right. So we know that Martin does have power. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he can't hit. You know, he was able to stop Gerald Washington easy. He stopped Daniel Martz. You know, he went the distance. He lost to Adam Konoski, but he went the distance with him. You know what I mean? Anthony Joshua got him out of there in 2 rounds. All right, but I think Jared Anderson, I think the only thing with Jared Anderson is that, you know, sometimes he kind of walks into punches. He's very, very aggressive. Sometimes the defense is like, you know, he's slipping with his defense a little bit because he just wants to get the KO. He wants to do it quickly. But I think he's gonna destroy Charles Martin, man. You know, I think Charles Martin hasn't fought. He had a tune-up last fall, like last September. But he did fight twice last year, so I'll give him credit for that. He did fight twice last year. All right, and he picked up a knockout win. I felt like the way Jared Anderson, the way he beat Jerry Forrest, and I was there that night. I think that proved to me that he can beat guys on this level. Like, even if you rate Charles Martin higher than Jerry Forrest because he's a former champion, I think right now, like, there's not a gap between those two. You know, and if Jared Anderson is stopping guys like him in 2 rounds or stopping George Arias, who was kind of overrated, you know what I'm saying? I think people were trying to compare him to the Dominican Mike Tyson and all that. Nah, he was overrated. You know what I mean? But there was some danger in that fight. But I think Jared Anderson, you know, again, I think the only thing I could criticize him for is the lack of defense sometimes. You know, you just don't want to get. I just feel like sometimes when I watch him fight, like he's so exciting, but I'm like, man, I don't want him to walk into something big. You know what I mean? I don't want to walk. I don't want him to walk into a big shot, being so aggressive, because you can see it happen. I mean, it is the heavyweight division at the end of the day. Charles Martin does have power. I wouldn't sleep on him, and he's a southpaw. But Jared Anderson has been in there with a few southpaws at this point. You know what I mean? But it's a good fight. It's a good fight. Yeah. So super. I was gonna speak on that. I'm definitely gonna speak on it in a separate video, but since we're here, I might as well bring it up. I saw the interview with Jared Anderson. He did an interview with Fight Hype. I think it was Fight Hype or Fight Hub, one of those. Jared Anderson said in an interview that he's looking to retire at 26, 27 years old. A lot of fighters say they want to retire early. They don't usually go that early, but a lot of them say that. You know what I mean? But he's adamant. He's like, that's not going to change. He's like, I don't really. He pretty much just wants to make his bread and get out the game. Now, look, I don't know if what he has going on outside of the ring. Like, I don't know how much I actually don't even know how much he's getting paid for these fights. I don't know what his purse money is at this point in his career. I don't really know, but he's 23 years old. He just wants to box for another 3-4 years. He's, according to him. I think that's great if you can afford it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're out here making your money and you finding other ways to make income, investing your money. I don't know if he's doing real estate. I don't know if he has businesses. I don't know what he has going on. But if there's a way where you can actually do that, make your money, make a few millions out in this sport, because this sport doesn't really love you, and that's one thing. Like, a lot of these fighters really don't prepare for the future at all. A lot of them, especially that's on top of their game, they think they're going to stay that way forever. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit them until they take their first loss. And sometimes it's not even their first loss. They don't understand it until they get knocked out, maybe. And some of them still don't believe it. This sport doesn't love you. And there's no real life insurance for this thing. There's a lot of fighters that, historical, legendary fighters that are just doing bad right now. Financially, physically, mentally, they're not doing well. I mean, when I went to the Hall of Fame last year, it was the biggest Hall of Fame event of all time. I met a lot of fighters there that day or that weekend. A lot of them don't look good, man. A lot of them are not doing well. A lot of them don't speak good. A lot of them looks very unhealthy, and they didn't look like they, and I don't want to judge people financially just based on how they look or how they dress. I'm not saying you got to be all fly and flashy. I'm not saying, that's not what I'm saying. But you can tell sometimes you can tell when certain fighters are not doing well. You know what I mean? And they probably were making a lot of money at some point, and they just know how to fight. That's all they know. And I hope for Jared Anderson's sake, if he's serious about retiring in 3 or 4 years, I hope that he have another source of income. You know what I mean? So where he's not one of those guys that retires at 27, 28 years old, undefeated in his prime, and then he has to come back another 4 or 5 years from now when he's been inactive, and then he gets sparked out because he needs a check. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen. You know what I mean? The showtime is about to start, by the way, y'all. The showtime card is about to start. Yeah, but so that's my thoughts on that. I mean, I have nothing. I wish him the best. I have nothing. Oh, by the way, there's only 3 fights. No, there's 2 fights. How many fights is on this? All right, but I hope for his sake, it works well for him. If he is serious, he might be serious now. He might change his mind because what happens in at 26 and 27, some of your biggest opportunities come to the forefront at that age. You know what I'm saying? What if you turn 26, 27 and you finally get an opportunity to fight another big name? Now, it might not be Anthony Joshua, it might not be Deontay Wilder or Tyson Fury, but what if it's somebody else that's big in the heavyweight division at that time and you finally get a big opportunity to fight him? Are you going to retire then? You know what I mean? I don't know. It really depends on what's going on at that point. JL says, just look at James Toney. He's about to fight Holyfield in an exhibition. For what? You know, why is I'm sorry, and Evander Holyfield should not be fighting anymore. He just lost to an MMA fighter that's washed up. You know, still much younger than him, but still, Evander Holyfield is nothing like he used to be. He should not be having exhibitions after that last one. You know what I'm saying? It's just I mean, these guys don't know how to make. I mean, I don't know. I don't know his personal business, but I feel like when you're doing these kind of fights and you're taking these kind of fights, it's kind of an act of desperation. You know what I mean? And you're old, but you still got your name, and you still can make money. People are still going to pay to see you fight. Evander Holyfield has not been good for a long time. You know, and James Toney, same with him. You know, I mean, I would think that James Toney I mean, James Toney beat him at heavyweight and stopped him. I would think James Toney will still beat him up now, but why put yourself and your health at risk? I mean, these guys put their health at risk every night. They get in the ring. But at a certain age, man, you just gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go, you know? Gotta let it go. Um, all right, let me set up this Showtime fight real quick. Give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna set up my. I have to put the zone on my computer now. All right, let me turn on Showtime. All right, Showtime is up. The zone is up. We good. All right, so let me read some of your comments here. Oh, Aaron, what's up, man? Thank you, Aaron, for the donation, man. He said, "Yo, Wave, could you watch? Can you catch? Could you catch Ioka Franco? I check every streaming platform and nothing. Hate how we never can catch Japanese scraps. Um, wasn't it last night? Wasn't it last night? I didn't watch it, so um, I read that Franco was a little overweight. You know what's weird about this fight? Wasn't one of them wasn't the last fight for the title before? Oh, it was a unification match, right? For the first one. I think the first one was a unification match, and then I can't remember now. Let me look it up. The first fight was for a title. I can't remember if it was for two. It was okay. It was a unification. Okay, but who had the WBA? Yoka had the WBA. Franco had the WBO, right? No, but Yoko had a WBO. Okay, he vacated that title. Right. Yeah. Yoka got stripped for marijuana. I had no idea. I had no idea, man. That's news to me. But I heard that he won. I didn't get a chance to see the fight. I forgot that fight was this week. So I didn't get to see it, but I will watch it at some point. Maybe I'll watch it either late tonight or tomorrow morning before I jump back on YouTube. All right, but thank you for donating. Yeah, Japanese scraps are really tough. I try to be there for some of them. I try to get up early for some of them. But they're tough to deal with, man, because they're so late. They're so early in the morning, man. And you know what? They're not always scheduled at the time that they're supposed to be scheduled too. You know what I mean? That's another thing. What was the fights that we got last week? One of the fights was like, oh, okay, it was the fight in Australia. That fight was a lot earlier than what the scheduled time, because the scheduled time was 2 a.m. Eastern. You know what I mean? So those fights are always kind of funny when it comes to those. I know when not Inoue fights, whenever he fights, they'll give us a time, but sometimes the fight happens maybe a couple hours before, and it's like you got to really stay up because you don't want to set your alarm to the time that they say is going to be, the scheduled ring walkout time. That happened to me before. I can't remember what fight it was, but there was a fight that they said the ring walkout time would be like around 5 a.m. And I set my alarm an hour before that, right? And I think the actual fight happened at 3:30 a.m. It started at 3:30 a.m. You know what I mean? So you got to be very careful with those Japanese fights. And I don't want to get up for nothing, especially if I have to work, you know? AMG, I saw your comment earlier. He asked me what's my thoughts on the current state of 160. 160 has been the worst division in boxing for the last at least 3 years. At least. There's nothing going on there. I feel like none of the fighters are unifying, and none of them want to take any challenges, and that includes Triple G. What's the point if you're gonna win these titles and you're just gonna vacate them? I don't know if he's gonna retire. I don't know what he's doing, but it seems like when certain fighters are the mandatories, you're not willing to take, or when certain fighters are taking easier unifying with easier or less dangerous fights. I don't like that. I understand. Like, I feel like Triple G really won the first Canelo fight. I think he won that fight. Um, with that being said, the rest of your career, a lot of it was based on just hunting Canelo, you know, and not taking some of the harder fights, more difficult fights, because you didn't want to ruin the opportunity to fight Canelo. You know what I mean? I'm just not, and the division is not all about Triple G, but same thing with Jamal Charlo. He's been out for a couple of years. Jadapick can't get in a ring with. He can't seem to get in a ring with anybody. Then you got this whole Chris Eubank mess happening. Him losing. Him fighting Conor Ben. All of this stuff. It's just it's a shit division, you know, and it's such a historical division. I say this all the time. It's a great division historically, but the talent, they don't want to fight each other. You know, none of these guys really want to do anything, you know? Um, you know, I don't care for the division, man. I stopped caring for it a while ago. Yes, super, you're right. Boxing is more dangerous based on studies. That's why more people die in the ring than they do in MMA because of the constant blows. It's not that one knockout punch. It's not those guys. It's the guys that go the distance, taking heavy punishment, going late, you know, taking punishment for a cumulative around amount of rounds. You know what I mean? Um, Chance asked, "Do I think Morrell beats Benavides?" I think Morrell has a great chance of being Benavides. I just don't know. But it's a very dangerous fight. And to be honest, when they said that they were working on making that fight, I was surprised because I wouldn't think that Benavides being so close to getting a Canelo fight, I wouldn't think that he would take the fight with Morrell right now. You know, now it's a fight that should happen. It's kind of how I felt about Jerron Ennis and uh Virgil Ortiz. You know, I've been saying that for the last few years. I'm like, you know, not for nothing, but those guys should be fighting. Like Spence and Bud should be fighting each other, and those two should be fighting each other. And the winner of that fight should become champion or get a title shot. You know, but I feel like Benavides and Morrell right now, are probably like the top two. And I know Morrell hasn't really fought anybody. I know you got Caleb Plant. He's still out there. You got a lot of other fighters. You got Andre that's there. You got Jamal Charlo that might be moving up, but you got Benavides and Morrell. And I was not expecting them to take that fight. And I don't think, you know, that's why Morrell is calling him out now because I guess they were supposed to take the fight. And I see Benavides out here calling out like Jaime Munguia and shit, you know, just in case he doesn't get the Canelo fight. And all this stuff with Canelos is so confusing because I don't even know what's really happening now. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what is really happening? Canelo, all we know is that he signed a 3-fight deal with PBC, but we don't know who exactly is he facing. Is he definitely going to fight Jamal Charlo first? I don't think he's fighting Benavides first. Let me just say that. Benavides is not going to be the first fight for Canelo Alvarez in that 3-fight deal. It's either going to be the second or the third fight. You know, it just, regardless of what the reports are saying, if it's true that Canelo is doing a 3-fight deal with PBC, Benavides is not going to be the first fight. Benavides won't be the fight until the WBC mandates the fight. When they mandate the fight, then we'll get the fight because Canelo would look crazy vacating the belt as being the undisputed champion, you know, to avoid fighting Benavides. It would look crazy. But Morrell looks dangerous. I think Morrell might just be the best at 168. We just don't know yet. We know he hasn't beaten anybody yet, right? But like, look at this. Does anybody put Berlanga in the same, you know, no one is putting Berlanga in the same like boat as Morrell. You know what I mean? I know Berlanga is a lot more well known, but it's not like they're in the same position yet. No one even says, "Yo, I want to see Morrell fight Berlanga." Everybody's already putting Berlanga at Morrell at the very best of the division. Whereas Berlanga, he still needs some tuning up to do. You know what I'm saying? He's still like a prospect to me. Where Morrell is he's already like a top contender right away. He didn't have to have 16 consecutive first round knockouts in order to get that. You know what I'm saying? He's just doing damage, and we see the skill we see that on the eye test. I think everyone agrees that Morrell is way better than Berlanga, but Berlanga has way more knockouts, way more fights. He's much more popular. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not even in the same category. So I know Morrell doesn't have many fights, but there's nobody gonna voluntarily fight that dude. You know, especially Benavidez is not gonna fight him. I'll be extremely surprised if Benavidez fights him. It's just too dangerous. You know, the Plant fight was necessary, but the Plant fight, even him knocking out Darrell and all that, Morrell is way more dangerous than that. Let's be real. Like, we don't have to like sit here and talk, oh, he didn't fight nobody. Dude, do you see what that kid can do? Come on, man. I know you're seeing the same thing we all seeing. Like, this guy is dangerous. No one's gonna voluntarily take that fight against that guy. This is not gonna happen. Yeah, great boxing ability and power. Absolutely. Oh man. Well. What's up, Monroe? What's good with you, man? Monroe says J-Rock is a great boxer, just has one of the worst chins in boxing. Yeah, I think J-Rock that's been the issue in his career. I think it's his chin. And I think his chin is the reason why he's not as dominant in certain fights. I think J-Rock is more skilled than pretty much everybody he's fought. You know, I think he has a lot of talent, but take hits like that, you know. I mean, he did against Jared Hurd, but looking at that win now, and it was such one of the biggest upsets that year. J-Rock beating and dominating Hurd. I mean, he didn't just beat Hurd, he dominated him. Whoa. Okay, we got a fight here on Showtime. Hold on. J-Rock beat Hurd, and it was a big win because Hurd was beating up everybody, right? Hurd was beating up, he had beat Lara, Tony Harrison, I think Austin Trout. He had beat a good amount of people. And J-Rock, he had already been stopped by Charlo. Everybody felt like he was chinny even before that. Fight with Hurd dominates him, but Hurd has not been the same since the Lara fight. Lara, I say J-Rock Hurd. So I'm not taking anything away from J-Rock. All right. He beat him, he dropped him, he dominated him. But Hurd has not been the same. I say the same thing about Konoski earlier in this video. These guys, as his walking guys down and getting hit with everything, now his chin can't even hold up. You know what I mean? Lara Hurd, but Lara put a lot of damage on that guy. And even though Hurd won, and he barely won, I think Hurd only won simply because of the knockdown. I scored it 6-6. Some people are still won the fight. I thought it was 6-6 with the knock. Hurd has never looked good since that fight. That fight took everything out of him. Everything out of him. What's up, Dirty Red? Dirty Red said, thank you for the donation. He says, Morrell literally putting dudes in ICU. Ain't nobody trying to mess with that. Tune-up level bunny. Yeah, exactly. They're not going to get paid to fight him. And then you risking everything in that fight. That's what I'm saying. When it comes to risk reward, in this sport, and I'm talking about in this sport right now completely, heavy risk, very little reward. You know what I'm saying? Fistiano, what's up with you? How you doing? How's everything going? It's been a while. I ain't chat with you in a minute. Hope all is well with you. Um, Give me a second. Let me get something to drink real quick. Get some juice or something. Be right back. All right. This dude Martinez is fast on Showtime. Let me pull him up real quick. This fight on Showtime looks really good, man. You got a southpaw against Martinez is freaking fast, man. And powerful, very explosive. You got to box a little bit though, because you know what it is. We're only in the second round. He looks very quick and explosive and powerful, but this is a 12-round fight. You know what I'm saying? And from what I see, Bonilla is doing a better boxing. He's not as explosive. He's not as fast, but he's making his punches count. He's using his jab. You know what I'm saying? He's throwing. He's landing shots to the body. He's controlling distance a little better. You know what I mean? That's why it's a good fight. He's a southpaw. I like the style matchup here. Doesn't seem like Martinez could really fight going backwards neither. This is for the IBF title at 115. Yeah, I've never seen Jay Bonilla fight before, but he can box. I remember when who did Martinez fight before? Oh, it was the two Uncasas fights. Yeah, those were good. Those were good fights, especially the first one. Those two were good. Those were on Showtime too. I remember watching those fights. I never seen them before that, but I never seen Bonilla. But Bonilla looks like he can box pretty good. Trey says, I don't know. Julian is a much better boxer, but if he gets clipped, it's a wrap. Yeah, it is. It is. And Adames can punch, bro. He can punch. He's very explosive and he's hungry. I don't even feel like it's not even like J Rock's catching him on a bad time. With her, you can say that he was either, Laura, he went through a lot with Laura fight. That took a lot of him. Or you could say he wasn't hungry. You know what I mean? I remember when J Rock was saying, like, yeah, I saw this dude getting his hair cut right before the fight, and he wasn't really, he was sleeping on J Rock. But I don't know. Carlos Adames is a beast, and he's been looking better in his most recent fights. J Rock won his last one, but he won against the he won it against a journeyman. You know what I mean? Adames looked good. Like Adames looked way better against Deverenchenko than Jaime Munguia did. Jaime Munguia. A lot of people were saying that Deverenchenko got robbed. What's up, PG? Monroe says, Wave, I think boxing is at least 80% mental. Anytime a boxer loses, they are never the same. Adrian Broner, Anthony Joshua, Jared Hurd, J Rock, and so on. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You could say that about Kanatsky. He's about to fight in the very next fight on the zone. Same thing with him. Once he got stopped by Hellenius, dude ain't never looked the same. But some guys look better after the loss. I mean, look what happened to Teofimo Lopez. He lost and he came back and beat Josh Taylor. It's a good fight here. Yeah, I did watch the Andre Ward documentary. It was very, very good. I wanted to do a review. I saw it. I basically saw it the night it came out. So I watched it not live when it was on TV, but I watched it like right when it was available on Showtime to watch. I was waiting for it. I just didn't want to watch it on live television. I watched it. I thought it was really, really good. Um, Learned a lot about him, especially when his early life. Uh, Damn, that dude looked just like his father, man. He looks exact. I know his father's white. I think his mom's is black. He looked just like his father, though. He looks exactly like him. The same face, exactly, 100% like his dad. Um, sad what happened to him. His dad, and then that goes for a lot of these parents and people from the 80s. A lot of people got caught up in the drugs and in that period of time. Um, 80s was wild. I was born in the 80s. It was wild, man. I was born in the 80s, living in the Bronx. I saw everything. So when I was watching the doc, it kind of reminded me of how the 80s was, and some of my family members and stuff like that. I was getting caught up in drugs. Uh, but it was a good story showing him, how he came up and got with Virgil Hunter, and uh, just his lifestyle was good. It was very well put together. It showed, how dominant he was in the amateurs and when going on to the Olympics and then becoming a pro boxer. I felt like they cover all the main things in his boxing career, you know. Um Getting dropped by what's his name? Who's the fight he got dropped early in the fight, early in his career. I can't remember his name. Oh, Darnell Boone. They were showing a Darnell Boone fight when he got dropped. Um, You know, how people started to write him off because of that. And then you did a large segment when they was doing the Super Six tournament. You know how that really blew him up. Then they went into the surgery. Um, they went to the part where he had surgery, and then the whole battle, the legal battle with Joe Gooson. Wait, I'm getting confused. I might be getting the trainer and the promoter confused. But he had the whole issue with Gooson. I was making content on that back then. I remember making content on Andre Ward and all of that during that time when he was inactive, you know, and he kind of like everybody kind of wrote him off because he just wasn't active. You know, he wanted Triple G, he wanted certain fights, but he wasn't active because he had that legal battle going on. When Goosen passed, you know, he went to Rock Nation and he was there for a fight or two, and then he went on to fight, went on to 175. And they were showing everything leading up to the Kovalev fight and the drama behind that fight. So it was good, you know, showing his stuff with his wife, his family. I thought it was good. I think they covered all the areas of his career, you know, with it was less than 2 hours. So it was really good, you know. Um, obviously I thought as from a fan perspective, uh yeah, I think he was one fight away from becoming undisputed. I wish he had fought Adonis Stevenson. You know, some people say that's a duck, you know, that he didn't fight him. Wait. Oh, was that a clash ahead? Oh, yeah, it was. You know, I saw Martinez just back up and then he took a knee. And I thought he got dropped. But I tell you right now, Martinez is getting pressured now by Borneo. And he's getting forced to go backwards now. And he's not looking as good. And I just said that a couple rounds ago. Hey, you know, he's very explosive. He's very fast and powerful, but the other fighter is better as far as being a boxer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So some people, you know, when it comes to Andre Ward, I wished he had fought Adonis Stevenson. I'm not gonna say it's a duck for him not fighting him because he retired, you know. Um, but I wish he took the fight, you know. I wish he took the fight. I mean, Adonis Stevenson, it's dangerous, man. It's one of those fighters. It was dangerous. You know, I know Kovalev was rated highly. I know Kovalev was a top 5 pound for pound fighter at the time. You know, he was unified. He held 3 of the titles. Um, but Adonis Stevenson was dangerous. He was a southpaw. He had one punch knockout power. You know, he was one dimensional, but yo, he was like kind of like how Wilder is. Like, listen, he can stop guys that are more, you know, technically sound. You know what I mean? He could beat guys that had more tools. He has such a powerful, quick, powerful, straight left hand. And Andre Ward got out of the game. You know, I think that's the only complaint really I have. I don't think he won the first Kovalev fight. I thought Kovalev edged it 7-5, you know. But it is what it is. Thought he got a gift that fight though. Yeah, Sergey was different. I mean, even not just Sergey Kovalev, but even what's his name? What's the Cuban fighter he fought right before Kovalev? Sullivan Barrera. There was a dangerous fight at the time. You know, in 2016, Sullivan Barrera was at one point, Sullivan Barrera was a very dangerous opponent. You know, and that was Ward moving up to fight the bigger Sullivan Barrera, who was undefeated at the time, you know, and It was a dangerous fight. I know people on YouTube at that time thought Barrera was gonna win. They wouldn't admit to it now, but at that time, there were people that thought Barrera was gonna beat Andre Ward. I'll never forget that. Yeah, Chav Dawson fight was one of my personal favorite fights of Andre Ward. Yeah, I remember watching that fight, and I did not think that Ward was gonna win like that. You know, I just at the time didn't think he would win like that. You know, I expected him to win, but not like the way he did. I didn't think he was gonna stop Chad Dawson. You know, this fight in the zone has been like a very it's been a war. Yeah, because at the time when Ward fought Barrera, Ward had been inactive. He was very inactive. He beat Chad Dawson, and I think he fought La Bamba, Edward Rodriguez, and then he had all the drama with Goosen. So he went 2 years without a fight. Came back and fought Paul Smith. No one cared because it was Paul Smith, you know. And when he fought Barrera, that was a huge gap because Barrera was having a good run at that time, you know. But he was able to beat him, pretty much damn near shut him out, dropped him. Oh, I forgot he fought Alexander Brand. It's a fight that no one cared for. That went the distance. And then he had the Kovalev fight. Aaron, J Rock is a huge underdog because of his last 3 or 4 fights. I'm not surprised of it. His last 3 or 4 fights say that he should be the underdog. You know, uh, ever since the Jared Hurd fight, he's got stopped. He lost to a journeyman, and then he's gone up and beat a journeyman by decision. Carlos Adames is having a great run. I mean, he's had a great run since losing his first fight. Destroying Montiel, looking great against Deverenchenko. All of that says he should be a heavy favorite to win. Put the money on J Rock. I mean, I ain't hating. I want J Rock to win, but I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think he's gonna win. I hope he wins. Put the money on him. I might even put a little bit on him. Just a little bit. I didn't even look at like anything betting related this weekend, to be honest. I didn't even look. I didn't even bother to check because I didn't even plan on, you know, I just didn't want to be bothered. But let me check the odds. I do have a little money on here. I might throw a little bit in the pot for J Rock if it's that wide. I don't think Adamas is that great, but I don't think J Rock has looked great in a while or that good in a while. It's his chin. It's his chin. He doesn't have a great chin. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Yeah, he's a pretty big favorite. If I put $100 on J Rock, I get 425. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit on J Rock, just a tiny amount. Nah, I'm done. I'm not doing it. I changed my mind. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I think the heavy favorite is kind of valid. I think it's valid. I just don't know what J Rock has right now. I mean, Banana is a puncher, but J Rock shouldn't have lost like that coming off that Herd win. That was just crazy. You know, that was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. I don't know what. Like, oh man, you guys remember that time at 154 was crazy because what we were supposed to get, what was happening at that time is Jamal was supposed to fight Jared Hurd, but Jamal got upsetted by Tony Harrison. And then Jared Hurd was supposed to beat J Rock. And those two were supposed to fight each other after that. And I think at that time, that would have been undisputed. So we were supposed to get undisputed a while ago. Now, the Tony Harrison loss wasn't a bad loss for Jamel Charlo, but the Hurd loss was crazy. And then J Rock going on to lose to Banana right away. Man, that was a crazy time at 154. I don't know. No one can win consecutive fights at that time. I mean, obviously Jamel Charlo came back and beat everybody at the end, but yeah, I don't think you know what? I don't even know how to call that fight between Canelo and Jamal if it does happen. I don't even know how to call it. I don't know. I'm leaning towards Canelo winning, but how I don't know. I don't know. Jamal obviously having been in the ring for 2 years, didn't look great in his last fight. Going through all these mental health issues, marriage issues. I don't know what's going on with Jamal. I think Canelo's going to win the fight. I just don't know how. You know, I don't know if he's going to stop Jamal. Jamal has never been anywhere close to being stopped, but he's never fought anyone as good as Canelo, neither. So the best people that Jamal faced was J Rock and Deverenchenko, in my opinion. J Rock down at 154, Deverenchenko up at 160. I really don't know, man. All I know is that I was watching a little bit of the Montiel fight and a little bit of the Deverenchenko fight. I like to say that if you watch those two fights, and I'm not saying watch the fights entirely, but just watch the first 2 rounds of each fight. The Jamal Charlo that was fighting in the Deverenchenko fight was a completely different fighter. He got off the couch to fight Montiel, and it showed. I'm not even telling you watch the whole fight. Just watch the first couple rounds of both fights. You know what I mean? Jamal was definitely a lot more prepared fighting Sergey Deverenchenko, as he should be. You know, because at that time, that was his toughest challenge. You know, Deverenchenko looked good against everybody, damn near. Looked good against Jacobs. Jacobs won barely, you know, because of the knockdown. Jacobs barely beat him. Triple G was questionable. Another disputable win. Disputable loss for Derenchenko. Jamal actually did the best against Derenchenko, in my opinion. I would say Carlos Adama is second. Jacobs, Triple G, and Munguia now, all very disputable. Very disputable fights. Korobov was another one. Korobov was the fight that made like that might have been a fight Jamal might have lost. You know, that was a tough fight for Jamal. I feel like Korobov definitely did better against Jamal than any other fighter. What do you guys think is going to happen to Konatsky tonight? Do you guys think he's going to win the fight? Are you familiar with his opponent? He's going to be making a return tonight on dazn. He got picked up by Matchroom for this fight here. What do you guys think? You guys think he's done? Is he going to get stopped tonight? Is it going to be over? Or I don't know. What do you guys do? What's your thoughts on that? Monroe says, "Wave, never thought I would say this, but I favor Tim Tszyu to beat Jamel Charlo. Just think the ring once will affect Jamel." Listen, a lot of people are changing their picks. I once thought Jamel was going to knock him out without too much of an issue. All right. I'm 50-50 with it. I've been 50-50 since the Tony Harrison fight. But I mean, the Ocampo, I'm not rating him that high, but I wasn't expecting Tim to knock him out just like that. You know, I know Tim was going to win, but I thought this would be a tough back and forth fight. Tim went in there and just beat him up. I mean, I think he hurt him with his second right hand that he landed and got him out of there. I know Arrow stopped him in one round too, so I get it. But still, I feel you, man. I'm not gonna argue. I don't know. I feel you. I feel people that feel that way. But Jamel is way better than those guys. Jamel is better than those guys, and Jamel has fought better people. I mean, consistently. I'm talking about compared to who Tim has fought. Ocampo is good, but Jamel fought and beat better people and stopped them as well. You know? I do think it's 50-50 though. And I think a lot of it has to do with Jamel being out the ring for over a year. You know, if he's coming off an injury and he's been completely inactive, you know, but Jamel has been fighting better people, man. Castano, he's better than anyone that Tim Tszyu is for. You know, he stopped Castano. He stopped Erison Lupin. He stopped Tony Harrison. He's fighting better. Those are better people. He got a longer. His resume is a lot deeper, and I'm not basing everything off that, but what makes the fight even closer is because of the fact that he's coming off of a long layoff. You know, I still think Jamel wins, but I don't know. I mean, Jamel did lose to Tony in the first fight, and he's fighting a big puncher too. You know, a big puncher that is improving. Tim Tszyu is improved. He's still improving. He's still looking better. But the best Jamel. Oh, whoa. The cut. Yo. Bonilla got a bad cut on his ear, and Martinez is trying to get him out of here. Bonilla got punched while he was against the ropes, and all the blood splattered on the camera lens. I don't know if y'all noticed that just now. Bonilla is bleeding a lot from his right ear. Looked like he got bit. This is a good fight, man. I see the comments, man, and I see there's no in between. Yo, the amount of comments that I've gotten on my videos that I've done on Tim Tszyu, you guys in Australia are going hard for Tim Tszyu. You guys are saying that Jamel is ducking him his whole time. He never really was injured. I see your comments. I see your comments. But what I will say is that there are a lot of people that are Charlo fans that don't, y'all not seeing the growth in this guy over there in Tim Tszyu. This is not the fighter that fought Terrell Gausha. You know, 2 fights ago, Jamel would have washed him. You know, right now, I don't really know. I see this guy looking better in every single fight. It's a close fight. Dan said Prime Trout is better than Tim Tszyu. I mean, Prime Trout was pretty good. He's a former champion. He lost to Canelo. Prime Trout was good. I don't think that's disrespectful by saying that. I don't know if that's supposed to be like an insult. Prime Trout was pretty good, man. Beat Miguel Cotto. I don't know. Monroe, you think Jamel should fight a tune-up? I mean, yeah, I can see why you say that. I mean, the fact that he is going straight into Tim Tszyu fight anyway says a lot about him. You know, because he couldn't have a tune-up. You know, but he's gonna go straight into Tim Tszyu. You gotta respect it. I think they're gonna fight in October. You gotta respect it, man. He wants to hold on to those belts. That's why I give him a lot of credit. And most of these guys ain't gonna be doing that. They're not gonna take that kind of fight with that kind of inactivity coming off of an injury. He wants to hold on to all 4 of those belts. I respect it. Adam Konoski is about to start. See what he has left, man. I mean, if he loses this one, it's over. Because he's fighting another puncher. I don't, like I said earlier, I don't know how good this guy is. All I know is that he has 21 wins and 19 knockouts. All right. Hope Konoski wins, but if he loses, it's over. I think this fight is gonna. I think something's gonna happen early. I don't even know. Like this guy, just. I think he's. I think this guy he's fighting is just gonna rush him. Kusumano. If he was smart, he would just go straight at Konoski. Oh, they trading leather already. I want to see somebody get knocked out in the first round. Oh, Kanowski's catching him with some good shots here. Nice jab. Kanowski looks sharp so far. Nice jabs from Kanowski. Very good jab. Jab looks good. Oh, nice jab. Nice straight right hand to the body from Kanowski. Good boxing from him so far. He's with Sugar Hill now, so I was saying maybe we could see a difference in his game. Kanowski, another right hand to the body. He's backing up. Cusimano. Left hook lands for Kanowski. He's having a great first round. Just a little bit over a minute left in the first. Oh, Cusimano landed a big right hand. Kanowski's hurt. Kanowski's hurt. Wow. He don't have a chin no more. This just like I was saying early, man. Cusimano landed a big overhand right. Caught him clean. Now Kanowski is coming back forward. He don't have the chin anymore, man. His kind of style, he needs it. Damn. Cusimano caught him with another right hand. Oh, he caught him with another one. And two. Oh, Kanowski's down. And he's down bad. Yo, Kanowski is down in the first round. He's having a great round, and now he's hurt bad, y'all. He's back up. I don't know. I don't know if he's good. I don't know. The referee's going to let it continue, man. Oh, man. He can't get out of the way from the right hand. Oh, he's saved by the bell, y'all. Yo, Kusabara should have put somebody on this dude. Damn. You say he's a plus 950? Damn, yo. Oh, man. Damn, is it still available? Kanowski almost got destroyed that round. Nah, it's over. Yo, damn, man. Oh, I didn't even think about that, man. Kusumano, bro. That's worth the yeah. I know the fight is not over yet, but that's worth that would have been actually. I didn't even look at this all week. Totally forgot. Or they have the doctors check in Adam Kanowski now. Yo, it's crazy because he was having a great round. The boxing was great. Martinez's fight is over. Oh, it was a cauliflower on his ear and just exploded. His ear was like this big. Yeah, it's his ear. All right. Second round, they're going crazy. Damn, son. Damn. Oh man, it's those exchanges. Call him again with a right hand. Kanowski's still fighting back though. Just about a minute into the second round. Kanowski caught him with a right and a left to the body. Oh, Kanowski caught him with a left hand. See, I feel like what Kanowski was doing in the first round, like the first half of the first round, he was boxing beautifully. Like whatever he was doing, it was working. The first right hand he caught hurt him. Now Kanowski's coming back, man. He's outworking Kusu at the moment. He's outworking him. He's backing him up. It only took one right hand though. This is a good fight, man. Oh, short right hand lands on Kusumano, but Kanowski just coming for him, backing him up. They're both trading, but Kanowski's moving forward. This is such a good fight. Kanowski going right back in his old way of fighting. All that boxing stuff out the window. He's just swarming him now. He's got him on the corner. Kuso's trying to tie up. He seems tired, man. He looks gassed, man. He's not even hurt. He's just getting pumped. He's just getting pummeled. He's gassed already in the second round. Good fight, y'all. All right. Well, Adam definitely won the second round. He got dropped first, but he definitely won the second round big. I'm about 30 seconds behind on this zone. All right, hold on to me. Oh, you're right. Kanowski is going at him this third round, man. Kanowski, oh, Kusa gotta have to find a way to land that right hand again. You know, I think he's trying to like outthrow Kanowski. It's not gonna happen. He gotta have to find a way to set up that overhand right that caught and hurt Kanowski. It's gonna be one punch that's gonna do it. You're not gonna outwork him. Kanowski is just outworking him, getting him, he's bullying him, got him back against the ropes. And Kusumano now was bleeding. He's holding his own, but he's fighting the wrong kind of fight. He got to set up a big punch. There he goes. He caught him with a right hand, but Kanowski rolled it a little bit or turned it. Oh, he almost caught him with one this there. A little bit over a minute left in the third round. Another overhand right lands for Kanowski. Kanasi caught him with a nice combination. I think Kusamanos is Kusamano's actually trying to land the right hand. He's trying to set him up for it. But Kanaski's been getting out of the way of it. 40 seconds left in the third round. Yo, is that Josue Vargas sitting next to Eddie Hearn? Do you guys see Eddie Hearn ringside? Is that Josue Vargas sitting next to him? Yeah, Konoski's all over him this round. He won the second and the third. He's bleeding from his eye. Kusamano's bleeding from his nose. Both of these guys took a lot of damage so far. What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to win this based on how it's going right now? Like, Kanasi is clearly in control of the fight, but I still believe that like one punch can change the outcome of this fight at any given time. Kanaski's beating him with activity, volume. Kusamano hurts him with one punch, though. Chris Mannix has it unofficially 2-1 for Kanaski. Kusamano's coming forward. He's trying to come forward here. One thing I'll say about Kanaski is he's done a good job of staying out of the way from that overhand right. He hasn't really connected with it good since the first round. Kanaski got him on the ropes, swarming him. He has a good gas tank. They're exchanging, and they tie up. Kanaski's winning the exchanges. What's going on? What happened? Mouthpiece fell out? Mouthpiece fell out. Oh, man. All right, we got 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the fourth. Kusamano lands a 1-2. Kanaski's still in the fight. Yeah, Kanaski looks a little tired himself now. But he's still up in this round, in my opinion. 30 seconds left in the fourth. Kanaski lands a right hand, backs up Kusamano. All right, so far I have it Alicia Baumgartner is there. So far I have it 3 rounds to 1 for Kanowski. Even if Kanowski finds, it pulls it out and wins this fight, who do you guys think the zone would be setting him up with at this point in time? Because I still wouldn't think that he is going to be. I think his days of being an elite heavyweight is in the past. You know what I'm saying? And I think they would just be lining him up with, one of the top guys. Ooh, nice 1-2 from Kanowski, but Kusu counters with a short right hand, and another. Kusamaso is starting to land some big shots here in the beginning of this 5th round here. Nice right hand from Kanowski. 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the 5th. Yeah. Kanowski backing him up again. But then he puts himself to the ropes. Both of them are a lot of kind of tired, man. Yeah. Kanowski's going to the body a lot more this round. Well, he has been all fight, but looks like not much action. Probably the slowest round so far is probably because they're tired. Kusamano, I was just about to say, Kusamano caught him with a right hand. Kusamano is just waiting to load up on that overhand right and catching him with one really big shot. I mean, that's the one thing that's really been working from him. Malik says, "Yo, Wave Adams is going to be straight up fool for guys like Anderson, Hergovich, and the rest of the up and coming heavyweights in the division." Yeah, being that he's with Matchroom now, though, I'm expecting him to ready to put him in there with one of his guys. Aaron says, "Yo, Wave, who's been killing you more online between Lomachenko fans and nah the Lomachenko fans? That's over with. I mean, um, to be honest." The Lomachenko fans were bad, but uh the Tim Zoom fans are not bad though. Most of them are not bad. Just some of them. The Tim Zoo fans are not bad. They just think that he's gonna win. You know what I mean? But they're not bad like towards me. They're not killing me. Some of the Lomachenko fans were killing me, but I really didn't care. Doctors checking Cusimano. Yeah, I hear that Wilder Ruiz is next. They're saying that Wilder, his team has sent Ruiz an offer. So this is waiting on that. I mean, that's all we can do at this point. If the fight does happen, it does happen though. I think Wilder is gonna win. I do think Wilder wins. Should be a good fight though. Yeah, I think Wilder gets him. I just hope Wilder and AJ fights at the end of the year. At this point, I think Wilder beats Anthony Joshua. You know, if he is to fight Andy Ruiz and get through Ruiz, I think Wilder. I've been back and forth throughout the years on my channel and making breakdowns of those fights, that fight. Um, but I think at this stage, I think Wilder beats Anthony Joshua. You know, they both had their losses, but I just think that Wilder has looked better, even in the fights where he's losing, than AJ. I don't know where AJ is really at right now. You know, I just don't know. I don't really know how to rate him. I mean, obviously he's one of the top 4 guys, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm basing that. I don't know how he is right now. And Andy, I'm sorry, Adam Konoski's doesn't look good right now, y'all. He looks tired. I seen him looking up at the clock. He's taking a lot of shots, and his back has been against the corner and the ropes. And he's taking some right hands. Maybe he's taking a round off, but he doesn't look strong right now. And Cusimano looks like he's starting to get a rhythm going a little bit this round. Yeah. Just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in the 6th round. High and low, thank you for the donation. He says a tsunami of boxing waves. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. And on the other hand, though, Erickson Lubin, Louis Arias fight is starting right now on Showtime. So, you know, I'll be doing commentary on that too while watching this fight with Konoski. Konoski looks tired though. I think this is the first round that I'm giving to Cusimano since the first. It looks a little bit out of it. If Ward and Usyk had met at a catch weight, who would I think would have won? I'm kind of leaning towards Usyk. You know, you mean that catch weight, like from cruiserweight to 175, like in between those two. Not heavyweight Usyk. Or are you talking about heavyweight Usyk, or are we talking about cruiserweight Usyk? If we're talking about cruiserweight Usyk, and it's about 185 maybe or so. I don't really know, because Usyk shouldn't be fighting too much below cruiserweight, you know. But that's a good question, though. I'm leaning a little bit towards Usyk, though. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Usyk a little bit. You know, I just think Kovalev was a phenomenal fighter, and he was a killer the time that Ward fought him. But I rate Usyk higher than Kovalev. You know, he's just better to me, and he fought better people too. Like, I mean, he's more successful against. He has a better resume and all that. Yeah. Even though Prime Kovalev, Prime Crusher was a killer, but so far, Louis Arias is putting a lot of pressure on Lubin. Lubin is wait, what's going on between the big guys? Oh, Kusamano got Kanowski hurt again. I said it in the last round. They're both exchanging. They're both trading. Now he's backing up Kusamano. Kusamano might have almost got him out of here, but he didn't, and he's paying for it now because now he's on against the ropes, and he looked like he might have punched himself out trying to get Kunoski out of there. They're both just going back and forth. This is crazy. This is a war. Everybody's on their feet. We'll get to Lubin in a minute. I'll get to the fight in a minute. I don't want to keep. I want to keep my eye on this war we got on here. Yeah, they both look tired, man. They're both gassed with the amount of punches they threw. I'm surprised Kusamano has even like been able to hang on and hold his own. I'm surprised he's been able to trade and throw this many punches because we know that Konowski always had a great, like he's always had great. Oh yeah, he's tired. He's always had a great gas tank, but he looks shot now. They need a break after this round. This round was crazy. They're just like rock'em sock'em robots right now, but they both don't got no more power left. They just hitting each other. Think we're going into the eighth or the ninth. The doctor's saying something to the referee. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on, hold on. Hold on. Doctor's over in Kanowski's corner. He's asking him how he's feeling. Doctor's looking real close to Adam Kanowski. Doctor's is really trying to stop this fight, y'all. Doctor pulled Kanowski close. He probably asking him when I want him to ask. These fighters don't want to quit on camera. All right, we're in the eighth round. I think Kanowski is out of it, man. I don't know. But I still think he's winning the fight, though. I think he won more rounds. I don't know. It might actually be close because Cusimano scored 2 knockdowns in the first. And if you give him 2 or 3 more rounds, it could be like a draw right now in this eighth. I think Cusimano might have won the last 2 rounds. Well, the last one is debatable. But if you gave Cusimano the sixth, seventh, and first, and he scored 2 knockdowns in the first, it should be close. Erickson Lubin has a good jab. That's a really good jab. Kusamano hurt. Kanowski's going down, y'all. It's gonna stop. He's waving a towel. He's waving a towel. Yeah. Kusum, stop the fight. The ref didn't know the towel was being waved. Kusamano stops him. Damn, man. Plus 900, man. Damn. Damn, son. Damn. Plus 900, yo. People made money tonight. Even if you drop like $50, man, or $20 on a dude, you would have made your money. I'm so mad I didn't look at I didn't even know Kanowski was fighting this weekend. I just found out right before I jumped on live. Adam Kanowski needs to retire, like officially. He needs to he absolutely needs to retire. Great fight, but dangerous fight. He absolutely needs to retire. Oh yeah. The KO is probably a lot more. I didn't even think about that. He absolutely needs to retire. He doesn't. He's his head. He just can't take the damage no more. You know, and he held his own against a puncher. All right. I'll let you guys know. I will let you guys know when the yeah, Sugar Hill needed to throw the towel in because he was waving it and the ref had no idea that these guys wanted to stop. And Kusamano was going crazy on Kanowski way after they was waving the towel. All right, so I'm gonna turn on go back to Showtime real quick. I'll let you guys know when Berlanga starts. From what I've seen though, in a corner of my eye, we're in the third round. We just under 2 minutes into the third, or I'm sorry, a minute 50 seconds in the third round left. From what I've seen, it looks like Lubin's been doing a good job boxing. This is a 10-round fight. Lubin got a he got a really good jab. Very, very quick. Oh, nice short right hand lands for Lubin on the inside. Backing up Louis Arias. Arias lands a right to the body. Lubin is clearly the better talent between the two. He's controlling this fight, and Arias been trying to bully him, but Lubin is walking him down now, tagging him with jabs. Oh, good right hand. Oh, sorry, left hand from Lubin. Lubin, it's even tearing him up on the inside. 20 seconds left in the third. Lubin looks phenomenal this round. Ooh. Good round for Lubin. John Rule, John Fury. John Fury comment on Tyson Fury. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with those statements. You know what I mean? A lot of it, as far as his reflexes, a lot of that could be attributed to the fact that Fury has weighed so much more. You know what I mean? Um, since the first Deontay Wilder fight. You know, that crunk style may not be good for every opponent, but this is why I said in previous fights with Fury, you know, I don't know if Fury's going to be loose. I don't know if Fury's going to cut that down. I don't know what kind of approach he's going to take with certain fighters in certain fights. I honestly didn't think the crunk style was that great going into the third fight with Fury, with Deontay Wilder, because once I saw that Wilder was going to be coming in heavy and slow, I kind of felt like Fury should have been quicker and sharper, but he came in heavier, even heavier, and it worked out for him. But man, I mean, he took those two knockdowns he had. It didn't look good for him, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna write up Sugar Hill though, just because of just definitely not this loss with Kanowski. Lubin Arias is fighting right now. Kanowski and Kusamano just ended. Kanowski got stopped in the I believe the 8th round. So Showtime is showing Arias and Lubin, and they are in the 4th round, halfway through the 4th round. Lubin is having a good time in there with Arias so far. Good boxing for Lubin, man. He looks strong. He looks very quick. He looks really, really sharp, you know. Even though he's gone up in weight, he still looked like, I mean, watching the both of them, I mean, Arias is not a big 160 fighter, you know, and Arias is fought at 154. Erickson Lubin doesn't look bigger at 154. It doesn't look slower. I mean, he doesn't look any bigger or slower at 160. He still looks very quick. He looks sharp. He might really belong there. He's probably feeling a lot better fighting at this weight. I mean, he looks better here than when I saw him in a Fedor fight. Oh, we got to keep that hand up, though. He backed out, and Arias caught him on a good overhand right. I mean, 160 is wide open right now. You know? Boxing pound for pound Jack. Adam Konoski is not on a level you think he was at one point. Like he's not that no more. All right. It has nothing to do with the coaching. He was boxing fine. He doesn't have the durability he once had. That's gone. It's gone. It doesn't matter how good he still fights, or it doesn't matter what coach he has. He can't. His style was based on taking punches and giving them back tougher. He can't do it. He's not durable no more. He's going to lose to fighters. He didn't just lose to Hellenius. He lost after Hellenius too, before going to Sugar Hill. That's not Sugar Hill's fault. I mean, I think you're just looking to blame Sugar Hill. I don't know. But I wouldn't blame Sugar Hill on this loss. Like, the guy is done. This Sugar Hill can't change the fact that he's not durable anymore. Sorry, Lucas. I mean, Adam was good, and he was a fun fighter, but he can't take the hits anymore. He just can't take the hits. I think it's pretty clear that he's not durable anymore. Once Hellenius hurt him, he has been hurt in every single fight he's been in. What's up, Red? I don't know. I made a lot of money betting against Joyce. I made a lot of money on that fight. I bet for Zhang that night to one Zong. So, I think Joyce is I think he just fought the wrong style that night. He fought a big man, a guy that's bigger than him, and a guy that's quicker than him. And he's a southpaw. He had a big, powerful, straight left hand that he couldn't miss. And that's pretty much the reason why, like, I mean, it's not even like I was the only one. There was a lot of people that thought that Zhang was going to pull off the upset. It's just stylistically, Joyce was a nightmare for Joyce. So Louis Arias is down. Aris and Lupin hurt him, and he's down. And he's never. Arias is. Wait, he stopped the fight? He got up too late. Arias got up too late, and Erickson Lubin got the stoppage. Arias tried to get up at the last second, and the ref waved it off. There's a little controversy because I hate these ones where the guy gets up. I hate these. I hate these because I feel like it's the fighter's fault too. You know, like he was definitely, but I don't know, man. I don't know. He should have got up. I hate when these guys get up on a last, like on a 10 count. Like he was down on one knee, and he just continued to stay down on one knee, and he tried to pop up on the last 10 seconds. It's like didn't Malik Scott, didn't that happen to Malik Scott and was it Derek Chisora? Then Malik Scott tried to get up on a 10 count, and then they waved it off, and then it was like a controversial thing. That happens every once in a blue. I want to see it though. I do want to see the replay. If you're gonna take the time, if you're gonna stay on one knee and take the time off, make sure you get up when he's going into 9. Like don't wait until he's going into 10. Oh, he hurt him with a body shot. It was a left hand to the body. He caught him with a body, and he kind of fell over. That body shot hurt him. 7, 8, 9. Nah. I think the ref messed up, man. He got up at 9. He said 9, and he got up. And then as he's standing up, he says 10. No, I know why they do that, to get their legs back. What I'm saying is don't wait until he's going into 10. That's all I'm saying. He was trying to get his legs back because he got caught with a body shot. So his legs was probably gone. I don't think he should have. I don't think he should have. I think he should have let him continue. All right, so Berlanga and we're waiting for Berlanga and Quigley to start. They're doing a national anthem for Puerto Rico right now, so we just waiting on that. And then now we are gonna get the J Rock Adamas fight probably right after. So I wasn't expecting a stoppage here, be honest, and not trying to say, not trying to sleep on Erickson Lubin at all, but Arias has never been stopped before. But I think that body shot did hurt him though. But he should not stop the fight. He should not stop the fight. He could have continued fighting. Like, even if Lubin were to stop him after, like let him get the credible stoppage. Coaches like Ronnie Shields have been criticized, saying he doesn't teach Kronk style, and that Jonathan Banks and himself is teach Kronk style. I remember somebody else had told me the very same thing about Jonathan Banks. And I think one time I was live. This was a long time ago, but somebody was questioning Jonathan Banks as well because of the performances of some of the fighters that he coached, and they was trying to discredit him as a coach for the very well same reason that you are saying about Sugar Hill right now, you know, because of the amount of losses that his fighters had in recent years. After obviously after Vlad's run, people were saying the same thing about him and some of the fighters he had been coaching, you know. Listen, if you feel that way about him, that's fine, but what I do believe is that it was effective for Fury fighting Wilder. You went from having a disputable draw with Wilder to stopping him 2 times in a row. Now, as far as everybody else in the game, I wouldn't judge it based on the Konowski fight. Now if you want to ask me about somebody else, and I'll tell you my opinion, but if you're making that stance based on Konowski losing tonight, on the fact that you don't think Konowski should have lost the fight tonight, I'm telling you that Konowski lost the fight because he's done. He's shot as a fighter. He was shot before this fight. He wouldn't have lost this fight tonight a few years ago, but he's not durable anymore. And he needs to be durable. When he fought Charles Martin and all of these other guys before that, he was able to walk through these guys' punches before. He can't now. He can't. Ben Davison wouldn't have gotten him the knockout, man. Ben Davison was not going to get him to knock him out. He made it where he didn't want it to go to the judges. And he's also knocked out Dillian White since then. He has other stoppages since then. As a big man, you gotta make a decision on where you want to go in your career. As big as he is, because he's bigger than all of these guys, he made the stance on saying, I already have the skills, but now I'm going to use my size as an advantage. And that's exactly what he did. And that's part of the reason why that many people believe that he's pound for pound best in the world right now. See, what we can't do is sit here and talk about what he would have been if he remained slim and he stayed with other coaches, because we don't know what the outcome is. What if he stayed with Ben Davison and Wilder knocked him out in a rematch or in the third fight? You just, all the things you're saying right now is hypotheticals. We know that at the end of the day, Wilder got stopped twice by Fury. You know what I mean? All these hypotheticals we don't really know what Fury would have done if he remained with Ben Davison. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk about it all night, no, because Quigley is coming into the ring now. Trey 5 says that was a bad stoppage. Yeah, I think that was a bad stoppage now. After hearing and listening to the count, the moment he said nine, Arias got up and the judge said 10 to his face and then waved it off. You know what I mean? It's just kind of like, did you have to do that? You know? And then as a ref, and also as a referee, you have the discretion. You know what I mean? It's your count. Many people, like we were talking about the Fury knockdown in the 10th round against Wilder back then. It's your 10 count. It's not a 10-second count. It's your 10 count. You're at 9 and he gets up after you count 9. He's up before you say 10. Why stop the fight if he can continue? Yeah, Arias did beat her. Yep. Oh, no, no, no. That's what I said, Monroe. I said that earlier this video. I said, I don't even know if David Benavidez wants to fight Morrell. You know, I know that they were saying that that was the option for October, but 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 I'm hearing that the fight is not done with Dave Morrell and that Benavidez is calling out Jaime Munguia. And you know how Oscar works. He's not putting Jaime Munguia in there when a fighter's coming off of his best win. You know what I mean? Like, and especially because it's not a Golden Boy fighter or the zone fighter. Oscar is very careful on how he places fighters. Very calculated. Berlanga's coming to the ring now. What's up, David? Pensacola. I know what's that. I only know of Pensacola because of Roy Jones. But thank you. Thanks for showing the love, man. Nah, Hurd has not had got the worst fall of grace. That's a little bit overrated. The worst fall of grace. Roy Jones is still considered one of the best of all time, one of the greatest of all time, even with all the losses. Hurd was never even considered to be like a pound for pound level guy kind of guy. You know, he didn't get to that point. I think he was at a point where he was arguably the best at 154. You know, I know he was like top 2 or top 3 with him and Jamel at one point. He had a great run, but calling it as one of the hugest worst falls is nah, man. There's a lot of guys that fell harder than him, you know. You know, a lot of guys had good runs and then they ran into the wrong fighter, you know. Some people argued that Anthony Joshua is currently going through that. Still, even with the comeback wins and stuff. What's up, D Long? D Ling. All right, so Edgar Berlanga is in the ring. Let me reset this real quick so it can catch up. And we're waiting on Showtime. Looks like we'll probably get at least a few rounds in before we get J Rock and Adamas to start. So fortunately, I was actually hoping. I think that Erickson Lubin fight, that stoppage just kind of disrupted everything that was going on because these fights weren't scheduled to happen at the same time. Since we got that bad stoppage, now we're getting a fight. I don't know, simultaneously. Hopefully not, though. I said earlier, you know, I think Adamas is gonna win. But I'm rooting for J Rock, man. I like J Rock, man. I would like for him to win and come back, but I can't trust him, man. He gets hurt. gets too hurt too easy, and Adamas is a puncher. I think Edgar got to take the older approach. I mean, as much as we say, can he really box? Can he really box? The answer is no. So he needs to take the approach that he took in those 16 consecutive knockdowns that we got earlier in his career. Yeah, please, everyone, smash that like button if you haven't already. If you are here, everyone that's in the chat, do me the favor and hit the thumbs up real quick, man. Let's try to get over 100 likes. Um, light night in definitely a light night on YouTube. I don't even know what other. I didn't even check to see. It's not many channels up. There's a few up. Just a few channels. Not many channels are covering this fight live. I see. I see Ring IQ was on. I see Coach Malachi is on and Boxing Gyms is on. Yeah, I'm not gonna boxing Jack. I'm not gonna put no money for down for this because I don't trust Berlanga, man. I think he's gonna do it, but I'm not gonna put any money down. I'm just not gonna do it. Nah. I think he's gonna do it, but I ain't gonna put no money on it. Matter of fact, let me see what the odds are. Berlanga is a Quigley's a plus 800. Berlanga is a negative 1400. And you pick Berlanga by knockout, it's a negative 330. Yeah, you definitely gotta have to do round betting for this. Yeah, I'm leaving that alone. I'm good. No, these are, I agree with you. J Rock is more talented than a lot of these fighters. He's very, very good. I just don't trust his chin. Oh, that's what you bet on? Oh yeah, yeah. No, I'm good, bro. I'm not touching no. I already missed out on a Kanowski fight, man. I really wish I knew about that because I would have bet a very small amount on the other guy just because off the strength that Kanowski, it hasn't looked good, but I'm done. That's it. I ain't putting money on nothing else tonight. Not even on this J Rock fight. All right. Round one is about to begin between Berlanga and Quigley. Um, I guess I'm gonna predict. Let me see. I guess I'm gonna predict. I think Berlanga gets him within. I don't think Quigley gets to the fifth round. Let me say that. Like if this goes past, I say with maybe by the fourth round. I'm gonna say that. Yeah, if J Rock was fighting the guy that I didn't feel like was hungry and was overconfident, I would put some on him. But Adamas is hungry. I ain't touching. I don't want no parts of that. All right, round one, Quigley and Berlanga. I'll let you guys know when the fight starts on Showtime. All right. Nice jab from Berlanga. Nice jab. That's what I wanted to see. That's why I've been saying it's been missing. I want to see some feints from him. Quigley fights like Andy Lee. I know Andy is training him, but I can see the similarities and Andy Lee here. He fights a little bit like him without the hook. I've seen the spar with Bud and Adamas. Definitely good work. Nice right hand lands for Quigley. Quigley's doing a good job. Nice feints. He's throwing some nice overhand rights. Oh, see, he just said what I said about Andy Lee. He's they listening to my YouTube. Oh, big right hand lands for Berlanga. He fight just like Andy Lee. J Rock is in the ring, y'all. Damn, this fight is starting. The Showtime event is going fast, man. They catching right up to this fight. We just in round one. 50 seconds left in the first round. Yeah, I felt like Berlanga was gonna be a little bit more aggressive. Berlanga, another right hand, left hand to the body. Ref jumps in. Think the ref doesn't want him leaning, pushing Quigley's head down out of the break. Another right hand lands for Berlanga. Good back and forth. Good round for both. I mean, Quigley could land a few good shots. Berlanga landed, a good couple good jabs, a few good right hands. I give Berlanga a slight edge in that first round. Yeah, Shushu, Diesel, Shushu Carrington, probably the best young talent coming out of Brooklyn right now. Like that's really from Brooklyn, though. I mean, from Brooklyn, though. um, I would say him. You check him out, Bruce Carrington. He's probably the best young talent coming out of Brooklyn right now. Out of the younger guys, I think he's probably the best. Yeah, I noticed that Monroe. I thought the same thing about John Ennis and Roman Villa. They're doing interviews like it's happening, but it's not on Box Rec, and um, but that Showtime has put up flyers and stuff like that. So I don't know, but it's not on Box Rec. You are right. Oh, Belanga land a nice left uppercut. Let me change how this got this hit. Good fight so far with Belanga and Quigley. Belanga's coming forward, but very, very, both of them are showing a lot of respect for each other. Very technical fight so far between the two. Belanga just stalking him. Quigley is looking to counter. Yeah, I like the jab from Belanga. He seemed to improve on his jab a little bit. Damn, they having some nice little exchanges. They barely missing. Good defense so far from both too, by the way. They both land jabs. Edgar lands two. I think Edgar needs to be a little bit. I know he's trying to be really technical in box, and cautious, and he's doing a good job with that. But I think he needs to be a little bit more aggressive with Quigley. I think Quigley, you got to throw him off his game. Another short right hand lands for Edgar. End of the second round. Another close round. Not much action from neither. I still feel like Edgar is slightly getting him in these rounds, but it's not it's not a lot of punches landed between the both of them, especially in the second round. Kufu says Berlanga is starting to get a lot of rounds, experience wise, should make him a better fighter. Yeah, he does look sharper this round. So I mean, this fight so far. All right. Um, Adamas and J Rock is about to start right now. Uh, I'm calling that fight over to the Berlanga fight. So I'll still let you guys know what's going on with Berlanga. But I'm going to prioritize Adamas and J Rock while while calling both fights. So I got my eye on both. Nice jab from Quigley. What's up, him, Dion? All right, round one for Adamas and J Rock. Remember, this fight is at 160. J Rock is doing a lot of movement so far in this first round. Damas look noticeably bigger. Not too bigger, but it looks like the bigger fighter between the two. Nice jab lands for J Rock. J Rock still looks pretty fast. A lot of lateral movement from J Rock so far. Nice 1-2 from J Rock lands. Not much action so far in this first. Diamond sneaks in a left hand to the body. J Rock returns fire with a right to the body. J Rock's doing a good job so far, keeping the distance from Adamas. Adamas throws big left hand. He's a southpaw here. Adamas lands a left to the body. Now he's starting to be a little bit aggressive. J Rock ties up. 25 seconds left in the first round. Third round between Quigley and Berlanga just ended. Close round. I think J-Rock landed a little bit more. Adamas didn't really land anything into like the last 40 seconds left, 40 seconds of the first round. So I'm giving to J-Rock more jabs, more right hands to the body for him. Quigley went down. Okay, I'm seeing the replay now. He caught a left uppercut and then a right overhand right. So Berlanga, in my book, he won the first 2 rounds. He won the third with the knockdown. I called the 4th round stoppage. So let's see if we get it. Berlanga lands a right hand, right cross. Lands a left hook to the body. Starting to put a lot more pressure on Quigley. Lands an overhand right. He's putting a lot of pressure on Quigley now. Second round, Adamas and Williams. Williams is doing a lot of movement, but what is he going to do when Adamas, closing in on him a little bit? They were saying in a broadcast that Adamas is normally like a kind of a bit of a slow starter. I don't know how true that is, but Adamas started being a lot more aggressive in the last 40 seconds of the first round. Adamas comes in, lands a looping left hand around the guard of J-Rock. Not clean, though. Halfway through the 4th round of Berlanga and Quigley. Nice uppercut. I'm sorry. Yeah, nice uppercut to the body landed by Adamas. Oh, Adamas lands a straight left, backs up J-Rock. J-Rock's forced to tie up. Adamas is trying to fight. Oh, not good for J-Rock right now. J-Rock tried to tie up, but Adamas fought out of it and chased him across the ring. J-Rock, luckily J-Rock's taking a lot of punishment here on the corner. He has to tie up or get out of it, but Adamas looks like he's a little too strong to tie up. J-Rock's had a hard time trying to tie up there, and Adamas hit him with a lot of flurries. A lot of them weren't clean, but some of them did do damage, especially the shots to the body. Adamas looks strong. Another left to the body lands for Adamas. He's having a good round so far in this second. 40 seconds left. He's throwing landing combinations on J-Rock, who's standing right in front of him now. It's not looking the same, not controlling distance like he was before. 4th round is up with Quigley and Berlanga. From what I saw, Berlanga looked like he was still winning. Adamas is coming in with a lot of speed and a lot of power now. J-Rock is against the ropes, tying in a high guard now. And round 2 is done. Big round for Carlos Adamas. Dominant round. Didn't get anything from J-Rock in that round. Looks too big, looks too strong, looks too powerful for J-Rock right now. Adamas looks good, man. J-Rock ate a good shot, though. He ate some good shots there. Some of them weren't clean, but he landed some good. He took some good shots from Adames that round. All right, we're in the 5th round between Berlanga and Quigley. It's weird because they gave unofficially I forgot the analyst over on the zone. They gave Quigley the first 2 rounds and gave Berlanga the first. Oh, Berlanga caught him with a big left hook. I gave Berlanga the first 2 rounds. You know, I know they were filling out rounds, but Berlanga's having a good 5th round so far in these exchanges. Oh, Quigley's bloodied up now. He just caught 2 left hooks. His back is against the ropes. And Quigley looks like he's in trouble. He's still in, though. He needs to get off the ropes. That's where Berlanga wants him to be. Berlanga need to hit him to the body. Berlanga need to go to the body a little bit more. All right, 3rd round of J-Rock and Adames. We are 1 minute into this round. Oh, whoa. J-Rock, I don't know if J-Rock caught him with a really clean shot, but it made Adames almost fall. J-Rock's letting his hands go a little bit this round so far. Nice combination from J-Rock. J-Rock is doing what Adames was doing to him last round. And he's being very aggressive now, even on the inside. That's what he needs to be. If he's going to stand a chance, he has to make Adames respect him. Not like that last round. Nice uppercut. Nice angle there on Adames with that body shot there. 1 minute left in the 3rd round. Quigley went down again. He's bloodied up. We are 25 seconds into the 5th. I'm trying to cover both at the same time. Quigley went down. 20 seconds left in this 5th round. And this is the 2nd time going down. Berlanga caught him with another left to the body. Oh, Quigley took another right hand. Berlanga's caught him with some big shots, man. Quigley's still in the fight, though. He's just getting beat up. I didn't give Quigley a round yet so far. All right, but back to the Adames Williams fight. Finishing up on his 3rd round. Adames is starting to catch him with some big shots again. Yeah, this has been a good round. Looks like Adames took it back over. Can't give you I can't score that round, y'all, because I didn't watch the entire round. Can't score that round for you guys, the 3rd round. All right, I gave the first to J-Rock. I gave the second for Adames. This round, it looked like they went both ways. I can't score it, though, because I didn't watch every minute of that round. J-Rock started strong, but it looked like Adames finished stronger. Good fight. Y'all saying 2-1 J-Rock? Y'all gave the 3rd to J-Rock? Okay, cool. Based on the highlights, they're giving J-Rock the round 2. Nice shot to the body from Adames. Adames got him back against the ropes. J-Rock going that high guard. I think J-Rock got to stay off the ropes. Nice right hand. Straight down the pipe lands for J-Rock. He's starting out pretty good so far this round. Good defense from J-Rock, too. Problem with Adamas is he looked like he needs to fight in spurts. He takes too much of the round off. He's explosive, but he takes too much of the round off. Nice body shot, by the way, from Adamas. He landed a couple of straight lefts. He's having a good round, but he needs to fight in spurts. He doesn't have a great gas tank. I know he burnt out in the Patrick Teixeira fight years ago, but I still see a little bit of it, though. Well, he's having a good round, and J-Rock needs to get off the ropes. He spends too much time on the ropes. I know he's been showing us some good defense, but Adamas is mauling him this round, starting to look like the second round again. J-Rock got to answer with something. He's taking too many punches. He's blocking a lot of them, but I'll tell you one thing, man. J-Rock needs to hold them. He's taking too much now. J-Rock is in trouble, y'all. He's trying to hold on to him, and Adamas is just, oh, he got hold with that left. That one hurt him. J-Rock might go down, y'all, or this might get stopped. J-Rock is still in. It's just he's taking too many punches. He can't hold this dude. Adamas is too strong. Ten seconds left. Look like J-Rock is gonna make the round. That took a lot out of him, though. I'll tell you one thing: J-Rock can find a way. J-Rock can find a way to let this guy burn himself out and take over. He can come back, but he took way too much damage from that onslaught from Adamas that round. Big round for Adamas. Quigley and Berlanga is still happening. It's still on. They're in the 7th round. I know his Quigley's been dropped a couple of times so far. Nice left hook to the body from Berlanga. I like some of the boxing from Berlanga. I think he's definitely improving. This is the first fight I can say that he's improving. You know, I'm not seeing, you know, like Morel or Benavides level type of skill here, but I am seeing an improvement in his ability, you know, and I know Quigley is not, you know, the top tier type of guy to show that skill to, but still I've seen him box pretty well compared to before. On the other hand, Adamas and J-Rock is in the 5th round after coming off of Adamas having a huge 4th round, nearly stopping J-Rock. Please hit that like button if you haven't already, man. J-Rock is trying to get back in. Yeah, that's exactly what they just said. You need to take advantage of this guy punching himself out. He's yeah, Williams need to He needs to throw some stuff with some bad intent, like not just these little quick flurries. He needs to land something that's gonna hurt Adamas. And he should go to the body a little bit more. Adamas is going to his body a lot. Adamas look a little tired here. Just a little bit. He's still having a decent round, though. Might even be winning a round, but nice right hand from J Rock. Oh, nice combination from J Rock. Nice exchange from both in this round. $30 left in the fifth. Fifth round's looking like the third round. The fourth round was looking like the second. Oh, big. Wait, was that low? What happened? Oh, low blow. Was that low? Nice combo from J Rock. J Rock's having a good round. Good round. Good round for J Rock. Good round for J Rock. Good close round, but I think that was a J Rock round. All right, let me see. Let me read some of the comments, man. I got a few minutes. Berlanga gets slept by Munguia and Canelo. Canelo for sure. I don't know about Munguia. He's another fighter where I mean at 160, yeah, I rated him kind of high, maybe like top 5, top 6. And 168, I don't know. I would like Belanga's chances right now over previous fights. McGee got terrible defense. That's the thing. That's why I said I'm not really too sure. McGee's defense is pretty poor, and Berlanga being a puncher that he is, it might work in his favor. You know what I mean? But when the sixth round between Williams and Adamas here, and you can make an argument that J Rock has 3 rounds in the back. And in part of that, it has to do with Adamas. He'll have a big round, but he takes the next round off, kind of, you know? So you can make a strong case for J Rock here. These rounds are not easy to score, though. That was a low shot from Adamas. The ref got to say something about that because I've seen a few of them from both. A nice combination from Adamas. Nice right hand from Adamas. Minute 20 seconds left in the sixth. Oh, Adamas got him back against the ropes, starting to take over again. This is exactly what we saw before. J Rock needs to either tie up or move. Nice body shots from Adames here. They're both just phone boothing now. Adames is just digging to J Rock's body. J Rock caught him with a short right hand, but Adames is just catching him with a bunch of body shots, digging to his body continuously. He's had at least land 10 punches now. It's a tough round, man. This is another tough round. I thought J Rock was winning. And, you know, the last 40 seconds or so, Adames connected with at least a dozen body shots in a row. You know, not in a row. You know, all those didn't land, but he must have threw in that little exchange. He threw at least 25 body shots, and he's probably connected with like half of them. I'm surprised this Berlanga Quigley fight is still on. That was probably the closest round in the fight for me. Yeah, that body work was something else. Wonder how these judges are looking at it. You know, I mean, Adames obviously more effective with his shots when he lands. Oh, J Rock caught him one right. J Rock seemed to be focused solely on more on defense and speed, not really sitting down on the shots. Steve Farhood has it 4 rounds to 2 for Adames, probably because he just felt like Adames punches are just more effective than J Rock's. He gave J Rock the first and third, which I also gave J Rock the first and third. I gave J Rock the fifth too, though. Farhood got it for Adames there. J Rock is trying to go into this. He's trying to like fight this phone booth fight with Adames now. I don't know if he's trying to get him to slow down, but what I don't like here with this is that Adames is putting points. He's racking points up with these body shots. I mean, these are some good, clean, heavy body shots that he's landed. And I know J Rock wants him to burn out, but J Rock is not nearly as effective with his shots. I mean, anytime he lands, it just looks like he's just tagging him, where Adames is hitting him with heavier shots. You know? Oh, another combination. J Rock is taking some punishment to the body, man. Adames is really getting off here. I think J Rock is starting to, I think he's taking more punishment. He's taking, this is the most punishment I've seen him take since that 4th round. How many body shots is he going to take? Yeah, that's not the way. That's not going to work for you, J Rock. So if this works out for J Rock, it will be because Adames punched himself out. But J Rock is gonna have to. He's gonna have to let his hands go, man. Big round for Adames. Going closing out the 7th round here. Good round. Good round. Another Adames round. How do you guys feel about Berlanga They're in the round. They're in the 10th round now. I think this is a 12-round fight. They're in the 10th round. Do any of you feel any different about him? I do feel like he's improving, you know, but I think he should have gotten a stoppage here. I mean, he still might get one, but I think if you want to really look like you can compete against the best in this division, and I'm talking about Canelo, Morel, Benavides, Andrade, I think getting a stoppage is kind of like a priority. I mean, he's definitely improving on his skills, though. I could see that for sure, but I don't know. Oh, good left hook from Adamas. J Rock might have blocked that. I'm not sure. I had his back to it. Quick left hook, though. Adamas is so much more powerful and explosive than J Rock. J Rock is quick, but he doesn't have any, he just doesn't have the power to make this guy respect him. Steve Farha unofficially gave Adamas the last four. I think it's pretty clear that Adamas is up in this fight. Adamas is not throwing a lot in this round, halfway through the eighth, but if J Rock is not going to throw, what's the point? What's the point of burning him out if you're not going to take advantage of the fact that he's a little gas? These are the moments where J Rock should be taking over and picking up these rounds. He's letting his hands go a little bit now, but he should be clearly winning this round. Nice right hand from J Rock. Nice. Nice work from J Rock. He's starting to step it up now. Adamas is starting to go back to the body. 45 seconds left in the eighth round. So far, J Rock round. Thomas is starting to look gassed. He's still throwing, but those punches don't have the same snap. J Rock started to talk Thomas a little bit. All right. Twin says 4-4. Yeah, you can make a strong case as 4-4. I say 4-4 or 5-3 Adamas. One of those rounds were tricky with me, but I think 4-4 or 5-3 for Adamas. Nice uppercut from J Rock. Nice combinations. He needs to keep that going. See, Farhood has it 5-3 for Adamas. unofficially. Nice uppercut from Adamas. Hurts J-Rock a little bit. J-Rock a little bit uneasy on his legs. We're still in the first minute of the 9th round, but he seems like he's getting it together now. Adamas shook him up with a little bit with that uppercut. Nice right hands from J-Rock here. What's going on? Why is a break? Ref is breaking him. I don't know what he's saying though. Nice combination from J-Rock. Damas is starting to put some pressure on J-Rock now. Yeah, J-Rock is definitely taking the shots better than I thought. Another big left hand from, I think J-Rock is hurt. J-Rock got a big bruise on his left eye, underneath his eye. And Adamas is starting to hurt him now. He's trying to put him away. J-Rock is still standing, though. Oh, another flurry from J-Rock. I mean, from Adamas lands. Big round for Adamas. We've seen this before a couple of times in this fight, where Adamas will have these big rounds, but J-Rock is still in the fight. But that left, uh-oh. Ref is jumping in to stop it. Ref has jumped in and stopped it. I mean, not the best stoppage, not the worst. Two questionable stoppages in a row. But J-Rock was taking a lot of hits. I'm not gonna battle that. It was a lot of unanswered shots, though. And unlike the other 2 rounds, because there were 2 other rounds where J-Rock was getting hurt and he was backing up and he was taking, the onslaught from Adamas. Unlike those 2, this time it looked like he was actually hurt. He was steady on his legs almost the whole round. And he has a lot of punishment on his right eye. All right, so the fight is over, y'all. J-Rock's coach is going crazy right now. He's cursing out the referee. All right, Breadman got to chill, man, because he's kind of like he got to chill out, man. I know he's mad, but he's going on to the other corner. He got to relax, man. Problem with J-Rock, and this is and you just said it too, Kufu. J-Rock has a problem with, I mean, he's not as bad as before, but when J-Rock is hurt, he's not great at tying up. He's not good at taking his time when he's down and he's hurt. When he got dropped by Charlo back then, he jumped right out while he was still trying to recover. You know what I mean? I think he was trying to save himself from embarrassment. He was looking to the crowd and stuff like that. In this fight here, he just could not tie up. Adamas was too strong, and he just keep trying to move away and move his head and try to slip the shots. He was taking a lot of punishment here, but I don't think at that moment it should have been stopped. They showed a replay, but I'm not gonna argue. He was taking a lot of punishment when unanswered. Like no, all right, everything is cool. They showing sportsmanship now. Good. Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and make a complaint about these stoppages here. I mean, I thought the Lubin stoppage was a little bit ridiculous last fight. This one could have continued, but I'm not gonna complain about the stoppage. This is Quigley and Berlanga is actually on this last minute. Berlanga is trying to get him out of here. But at this point, it's you got 1 minute left in the fight. Doesn't even matter at this point, like he got him down to one knee. He got him down again. How many times Quigley has been down in this fight? Is this the third or fourth time? 30 seconds left. Quigley's back up. Quigley's trying to just hold on. Berlanga's trying to stop him. I don't think Berlanga's going to get it, man. Quigley is just moving around. He's trying to survive here. Oh, Berlanga caught him with a 1-2. Quigley is just running, man. He's trying to stay. He's just trying to survive. Berlanga wants to stop him, but he can't. He can't get it. Quigley's just being too slippery. Caught him with a big left hook at the end. Fight's over. Oh my God, man. The good thing about, all right, so these fights are over. The good thing about these fights is that, like at 160 and even in 168, none of these fighters look dominant. Like all of them look like they can lose in any given fight. Like Adames won here, but I don't feel like he automatically beats a Charlo. I don't know if he beats a Janovic. But if none of these fighters are gonna fight each other, what's the point? None of these guys like look like they're the next big thing, though. Adames look good. He's strong. Clearly, he's obviously strong. He's powerful. He's explosive, but he has issues with he he doesn't have the best gas tank. He doesn't. I don't think he's the most technically sound either. I think J Rock is probably still more talented than him. He just doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the chin either. I mean, if Jamal, I don't know what Jamal is going to do, but Jamal, if Jamal's going to fight Canelo, just move up to 168. Let this guy get the full title so we can move on. Hold on. Let me hear what J Rock says. Yeah, Mike, I agree with you. I Janovic, I agree with you, man. That's why I said I don't know if any of these guys, how good any of these guys are. I don't know how to like really rate them. It's not the worst stoppage. It's not. It's not. They could have let the fight continue, but it's not the worst stoppage.
Couldn't say nothing to me. I told him it was a typical A-side stoppage. It was a good fight. He was hurt. I'm not saying he wasn't hurt. But a fight like this, a man not going down, they going back and forth. If he the killer, if they say he is, let him finish him. He was tired too. But it's always predictable. It's always the A side. They get this same shit. This kid right here, he might not even have no more fights. At least let the fight go. At least let it go. He was down one time in the fight. This dude's supposed to be the most feared man in boxing. He never went down. Just let him finish him if he gonna finish him.
He just said you might not fight again. Is that accurate?
No. Listen, no, we don't know. We don't know.
All right. Breadman said he might not fight again. Just let him go all the way. But J Rock said he's not confirming retirement or anything.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault. He jumped in early. It just looked corny. It just looked bad. It was a great fight. I thought it was an even fight. I thought it was pretty much even. And he just jumps in and stops because I got a little bit of buzz. It's boxing.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate it.
All right, Mark.
All right.
Thank you very much, Stephen Redman Edwards.
Berlanga got the UD.
They have their side of this. There's no question it's been Carlos.
All right, let me turn off Showtime. I didn't hear the. Let me see what the scorecards are. Again, I didn't score this fight, so I just know there was a lot of knockdowns. One 108, 118, 106. All right. Yeah, power can definitely be developed. Now everybody learns how to turn their punches until they go pro. Or they get to a certain stage in their career. You know, power can definitely be developed, but not with everybody. Some people just don't have it. Like it's a two-sided answer. He got 3 knockdowns, but was it just 3? I thought it was more than 3 knockdowns. I don't know. I ain't scored. I didn't think Quigley. I mean, from what I saw, I didn't see any point where Quigley was winning. But there was once that Adamas fight started, there was a lot large gaps where I wasn't watching the fight. Yo, not for nothing, man. Him and Jaime Munguia should be fighting. You know, they should be fighting each other, man. Like, what are we doing, man? This guy got 21 fights in the bag. I know he doesn't have the top tier resume, but he should be fighting Munguia, and Munguia should be fighting him. I mean, Munguia. I mean, what are we waiting for with Munguia at this point? You know what I mean? He said that the last round is how we're gonna start every first round from now on. So he's basically saying he's gonna go back to. I guess I'm taking that as he's gonna go back to just rushing dudes and being aggressive. Yeah, I forgot Lara was at 160. All right, I'm done listening to this dude. All right, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here, man. Just want to thank everyone for coming through tonight. Please, again, on your way out, hit the like button. If you are new, subscribe to the channel. It's late. I'm tired. And glad you guys came through. I know it's not like a big card, you know what I mean? It's only 130. I think peaked at 140 tonight. Very, very quiet night in boxing, but I'm glad you guys came through anyway. It's always fun. It's always a good time. So yeah, so I'll see you guys next week, or I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on here tomorrow because I still got to do a video on Canelo and all of the other boxing news. So I got to put that out. But I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe to the channel and have a good night. Peace.